What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out the latest portable studio display from Intehill with the model name U13NA. So this is a 13.4 inches display that has an aspect ratio of 16 by 10. So this is 16 by 10, and just to give you an example, my laptop here has a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. So with this one you can see a bit more on the screen depending on the device that you're using, of course. This one also has a much higher resolution compared to my laptop. My laptop here has a 1080p screen, but with this one we actually get a 3840 by 2400 resolution. So just over 4K, and yes, you can definitely tell the difference when you're looking at this screen and when you're looking at my computer screen. This is also using a TFT IGZO panel, and this is in fact the first screen like this that I got to see. I haven't actually seen one before. I've heard about them, but I never got to experience one. And I have to say I am quite impressed by the difference that you get from this screen and the regular IPS screen that you get on most laptops. Just to give you an example. This screen is also brighter than a regular laptop screen. Again, a regular laptop screen has a brightness of about 300 to 350 nits. Well, this one has a brightness of 500 nits. So if you're in a super bright room or if you're outside, you can definitely see this screen better than a regular screen that has a brightness of around 300 nits. Now, of course, it's kind of tough to capture a screen's brightness on camera, because if I actually make this as bright as it gets, it's just gonna look overexposed on camera. So tough to see the difference for brightness on camera, but I can definitely see a massive difference when I'm looking at this and when I'm looking at my computer's screen. Alright, and with that being said, let's start a bit of an unboxing just so I can show you how this comes in the box and what else comes with it. So the first thing you're gonna find in the box is the user manual and then this quick startup guide. This startup guide is great because it will show you what devices you can use this with and how you're gonna use it with those devices. So depending what you're using it with, you're gonna have to use the power adapter with it or you are not. If you're like me and you're just using a regular HDMI cable, you also have to power this on. But if you're using something like a MacBook Pro, for example, you don't necessarily have to power this as well. So it depends what device you're using with it, and of course everything is on the quick startup guide here. Aside from that, we have 3 cables in the box. We have 2 USB-C to USB-C cables, so you can use those for video or for powering the device, depending what you're having it connected to. And aside from that, we have a mini HDMI to a HDMI cable. And then we have 3 of these little adapters. So 2 of them are USB-C to USB-C. What these basically do, it allows you to have the cables going behind the screen, as you see right here. So the cables aren't sticking out as we've seen with other monitors in the past. So it depends what side of your computer or whatever device you're using, you have the screen on. For example, because I have the cables going this way, I can just use these adapters and the cables don't stick out to the right hand side of the monitor. So these are definitely useful. So there are 2 USB-C adapters and a mini HDMI to a regular HDMI port basically. So if you just have a regular HDMI cable, you can use it with that. There is also a power adapter that comes in the box, and as I said, you may have to use that, but it really depends on what kind of a device you have the monitor connected to. And aside from that, we are also going to get this magnetic smart cover. So with this cover, you can basically set the viewing angle for the monitor. This basically becomes like a stand for the monitor. So you can have it like this, you can have it like this, you can have it straighter. And I also like the fact that at the bottom here we have 2 rubber legs. I haven't actually seen this on any other portable monitor in the past. So this will basically keep the monitor in place. So the other ones that I've seen in the past, the monitor kind of slides around. Well, this is not the case with this one. So this one is gonna stay as you have it set. Taking a quick look at the monitor itself, well, the first thing you'll notice here is how small the bezels around the screen are, mostly when compared to my laptop. This is a $2,500 laptop, and well, the bezels are actually larger than the bezels that we get on this screen. Now, the frame here around the monitor is made out of metal. So on the sides here, everything is metal, but on the back we do have plastic. However, the back is mostly covered by the smart cover. So you're not actually gonna see that back ever. On the right hand side here we have a mini HDMI port, and then we have two USB-C ports. They both accept video in, or you can use one of them to power the monitor with that power adapter that comes in the box. And on the other side of the monitor we have a couple of buttons so you can access the monitor's settings menu, and then we have another USB-C port. So you would use this port if you want to plug in like a keyboard, for example, a mouse or something like that to your computer. So you can use that as well. And we also have a 3.5mm audio jack. So if you have some headphones, you can put some headphones on and listen to whatever is happening on the computer or whatever device you are using. Now, this also has a couple of speakers, one on this side and one on this side. Now, if the device that you have connected to this doesn't have any speakers, of course, these speakers will be great because you don't have any other speakers. But most laptops, just to give you an example, have better speakers than this. So it doesn't get that extra loud, it doesn't have that bass. So there are speakers, but they're not the best speakers that I've ever heard. Keep that in mind. But as I said, if you don't have any speakers for whatever device you're using, these speakers will be great because there are no other speakers. As for the screen itself, well, the only word that I can use to describe it is fabulous. This is definitely the best small screen that I have seen up until now. Now, the viewing angles on it are really good, so I can even see the screen from this angle here. I've also noticed that compared to most IPS screens that you're gonna find on most devices, the blacks are also deeper on this. Now, of course, they're not like OLED blacks, but they're definitely darker than the blacks that you're gonna get on a regular IPS panel. So I am very impressed by this. The colors on this screen are also quite accurate. So if you want to use this screen for video or picture editing, of course, when you're on the go, because overall this is a portable small monitor, you can definitely do that on it because the colors are quite accurate. There are also a few color profiles available and you can access them from the monitor's menu, but you can also customize everything yourself. So you don't necessarily have to use those already made color profiles. You can do them yourself if that's what you need. There is also an e-ink emulator mode in there, so if you are reading articles, if you are reading a book and you know that you're going to be staring at that screen for a longer period of time, you can switch it into that mode and your eyes aren't going to get as tired reading on the screen, of course. So there is that available as well if you need something like that. Personally, I don't think I'll ever use that, but it's there if you need to. So to quickly conclude this video, if you're looking for a small portable display for whatever device you may need, look no further because this is by far the best one that I got to see up until now. And I think I've tried like 4 or 5 of these. I just wish they would have sent me the bigger size. I believe that this comes in a 15.6 inches size. I may be wrong, but I would have loved to have this just slightly bigger. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.